First, I am not speaking here as an expert, but as a representative of the Rohingya people. And I'd just like to mention that these Rohingya people, they have long been subjected to persecution. What type of persecution? That is ethnic, religious, and political persecution. And this is a man-made tragedy deeply entrenched in the government's policies of de-Muslimization, exclusion, intolerance, and extermination. The aim is to rid Arkan of the Muslim population. And we have discussed about how the violation is going, human rights violation is perpetrated against the Rohingya people. In a nutshell, I don't want to take time on this. I can say that all types of violation is perpetrated against the Rohingya people. Everything of freedoms is, what's called restricted on the Rohingya people. From marriage, education, to persecution, expulsion from the country, mass murder, or rape, always been going. These are the human rights violations which are discussed by the United Nations, which draw the attention of the Council. Due to this long persecution for about more than 5 decades, about 1.6 million of the Rohingya people are in diaspora, mainly in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and UAE, in Thailand, India as well, in Thailand and Malaysia, and the other countries of the world, out of their more than 3 million populations. And denied citizenship in Burma and unwanted in Bangladesh and elsewhere, these people become desperate and to risk death on sea since 2008. And it has been increased now, where on their voyage, journey towards Malaysia and other countries, in search of shelter, in search of safe shelter, many people have drawn, and scores of others were detained and in countries or rescued in countries within the region. From 2000, while these people are living in subhuman condition for more than 5 decades, recently in 2012, an organized massacre occurred and reoccurred against these people from June 2012, and as a resultantly, and even it continues, it's still ongoing. The last we have witnessed this in January, this year in January, in Ducharata massacre, killing about 80 people. Even UN has confirmed that 848 people were killed. In our record, it said that more than around 100 people. We have this record of that. So, because of these violations and the deadly violations and massacres, at least 3,000 to 5,000 people were killed or have drawn or missing. And about 150,000 people become displaced, and they are living in a squalid condition, in a apartheid-like camp, IDPS camp, where there is no facility available as to their food, shelter, and medication. And above all, even those who are helping them, either NGOs and even United Nations agencies, they were attacked by the Rakhine mobs. I should say the extremist Rakhine Buddhist mobs. So what to do? And then forcing them to leave Arakan. By this, that the situation is such that every day in villages, under siege and the displacement camp, people are dying. And today the word Rohingya is blacklisted and unmentionable in Burma. They are excluded from the current recent UN-sponsored census. The first in 31 years for not accepting the government's sinister plan to register them as Bengali, a term that implies that they are illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. The popular slogan in the country today is Arakan and Buddhist Rakhine's are synonymous, and Muslims or Rohingya have nothing to do in Burma. This is a slogan. That is a popular slogan. They insult the religion of Islam, comparing it with the animal doctrine. And in a state of giving protection, the head of the state, President Thein Sein himself, said that the only solution of these people's problem is to expel them from the country and to resettle them in the third country. And for this, he is asking help from the United Nations. And as to the opposition leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, we had a very high expectation on her. We supported her. But it is surprising. She is uncharacteristically silent when, in the case of the Rohingya, while this violence is going on. She said she wants to remain neutral. How a man can be, and a popular leader can be neutral in a situation of injustice? This is the thing. So, even that's why even groups of people were organized to take to the street demanding Rohingya expulsion in Burma. That is why the U.S. current ambassador to Burma, this is Derek Mitchell, he rightly said, Rohingya are oppressed by everyone in the country. This is the situation. And the imposition of measures to prevent birth within ethnic Rohingyas, their expulsion from the homeland, and systematic deprivation of their fundamental human rights and freedom, including their Burmese citizenship, while subjecting them to institutionalized persecution, forcing them to live in subhuman conditions, both inside and outside the country, indicate regime's intention to wipe out this minority community from Arakan. This is very clear. Based on the circumstances of crimes against humanity and the ethnic cleansing against Rohingya, with a few factual events mentioned above, and drawing on the UN Genocide Convention in 1948, it is a case of genocide, but carrying on slowly, possibly to evade international condemnation or prosecution. According to Professor Gyori H. Statham, the president of the Genocide Watch, I met him in December. We were together in a university. So the Rohingya peoples are victims of 8 stages of genocide: classification, symbolization, dehumanization, organization, polarization, preparation, and extermination and denial. International response is that although many United Nations and many countries has urged the Burmese government to stop violation against the Rohingyas and to address the root cause of their problem and to grant their citizenship and to treat them fairly, but nothing still, this has not been translated into effective action aimed at holding the President Thein Sein administration accountable for the atrocity crimes. In the contrary, several countries have lifted or suspended, sanctioned and cancelled bilateral debt, and Thein Sein, in defiance of the international opinion, is remained stubbornly in its position to exterminate the Rohingya people to the last man. So this is round the clock. Who is under the circumstances, who is to protect these people? As to protection. Why are these round the clock, these people are in danger of murder, rape, destruction, and other inhuman act? They are left with no option. The only thing, either escape or face physical destruction. There are several independent investigations that confirm here also, that confirm that crimes against humanity and ethnic cleansing have been committed, and has been still ongoing against the Rohingya by the government in Burma, along with all other racist elements ranging from local to state premier, from state party members, from police officer to high commissioner, from local civilian to celebrity, from the opposition to the current government, including the president. Thus, these international crimes have been carried out with full impunity, with the knowledge of the government, and violations have not been fully or impartially investigated, and none of the perpetrators have been brought to justice. The Singh government has full responsibility to ensure security and rule of law, but it is unwilling to protect the Rohingya people. The central and Rakhine state administration are guilty of practicing an apartheid policy and committing crimes against humanity, ethnic cleansing and genocide of Rohingya. It has been observed that all sorts of diplomatic avenues have been used and exhausted over the last 2 years. In the case of Rohingya, that's a fact. And Rohingyas continue to face an existential threat. Very soon the whole community will be exterminated if the international community is not acting swiftly to intervene in Arakan to protect the defenseless and dying alive Rohingya people on ground of course, humanitarianism, on the principle of responsibility to protect, in the absence of domestic or national protection. It is imperative for the international community to act. In conclusion, as a Rohingya representative, I would like to plead from this, the platform to the international community, to you, to put an end to this barbarism and let the world body stand for no more genocide and prove that nations of the world can really stop mass killing and atrocity. Thank you.